Right, Fambulem, we are live. We are live. So happy to be live. So today, now the 10th of March, 2025. The time on the side is 7:25. And it's a very special program as usual. And I'm so excited about the program. And I'm sure Fambulem, they read the program. Una, we don't begin to join. We they ask una whether a news una one can take, whether an observation una can make, but please make it incumbent on your part for invite other people and for join. If you haven't supported this platform before, we they ask you for please support now. Follow, subscribe, like. It's important so that we'll continue for bring important and distinguished personality them. And then talk about your personal opinion. So I repeat, important and distinguished personalities them, such as the one where we get tonight. You may not have to agree with his opinion, but he's got a platform and he speaks and one has to listen. So here we go again today, Fambulem. The country, there's a paradigm shift politically, economically, and socially. Very, very important. But waiting to happen at the country as to waiting we want for discuss something new in the sense of the way how we are going to discuss it is something where we refer to, me and the guests agree that we refer to as the distraction theory. In other words, we get more pressing issues then where they affect we country, but I repeat, it is deliberate on the part of others, even though they go feigned. Language, F-E-I-G-N-E-D, past tense, feign, innocence, but then definitely aware of waiting and they do. In other words, that they help for distract the Sierra Leonean people, pretending as if other issues that matter as opposed to the real issues that will matter. And this can only be based on failure, because if it is spark, if you make progress, then it's definite, it's obvious that these will be the things then what you want for talk about. And the only reasons why you don't want waiting to happen to be spoken about, not because you're not making any significant mark, if any marks at all. So today, Fambulem, we get a very distinguished brother and a friend, a big brother, I must say, and he's on the platform once again. And every time he comes and speaks, Sierra Leoneans do listen. I know they say every Sierra Leonean agree, and they don't, or we don't have to agree generally with what he say. But the idea is what he says is important that we listen. And from there, probably we can pick the sense out of the nonsense and make sense out of the nonsense. So, as I say, we get none other but a brother and a friend, Mr. Imran Toure, commonly known as Imran T at the annals of social media. And we want to talk about a few things today. Like I talk about, the main topic is the distraction theory, which we don't come for belief is deliberate on the part of people and where they fail the republic. So therefore, then they descend into other things then for continue for make Sierra Leoneans the mindset come up on the issues that matters most, where we can talk about. But first of all, can I just welcome Imran? Imran, always a pleasure for see you. And I want to say, as usual, massive and hearty welcome to the TNN platform, of which obviously we consider you for being a big brother and a friend to this platform, because anytime we call you for that we can have these discussions without hesitation, you do come. Welcome to the platform, brother.
Well, brother, thank you for welcoming me. I'd want to take the opportunity for say Fambulem in a cabo. And I'm not going to let me limba brother them for say Monday tona. We limba man say Monday. It not mean saying a greetings no more. They try for tell you say if they bring any nonsense, they wait for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Then they beyond that.
Thank you so much. Every time you elevate the conversation to a different level, I cannot think much people they expect that. And for great people, of course, now a matter of time. But if there was time, I believe say you could greet every tribe in that country in the local parlance. But of course, we dwell on the major one there, and I'm envious of that. I must say, because The last time where I tried me Lily team, when I'm in my mind, tongue somehow, somebody warned me, say, left for damage with language. So, one, mine, ikorimu. Una forgive me.
All about police, so managing it.
Our Ininki, one, Topia, thank you very much. Yeah, Tanto Kuru. Thank you. So let's get on into it. Imran, there are more important things, and you find where we can bring light-hearted moments into the thing. Because if not that the number one for consider, there are a lot of people, their pressure will go up, their high blood pressure, and other things, their stress levels, and etc. So yes, we get to think about other ways them how for do the advocacy that we do in behalf of the country. And I want to tell you, thank you very much publicly for all that you do. We don't have to agree 100%. Yeah, but I do say thank you, and I believe a lot of people do say thank you as well, even though we get frenemies. People them we're not friends, but equally enemies. I want to touch on something quickly as we go into this distraction theory, which is, I want to begin with the office of the First Lady. The First Lady is no stranger to controversy. Many times over the 6-7 years that they have been in power, if I can just make this clear, she's not an elected official, but she's very politically active. Politically active in the sense that somebody we're supposed to mend the nation. We're supposed to be Komra for the nation. We're supposed to be the mama, here for the chicks them. We go opening wings and take every chick into her bosom. Happen for being a divisive figure. And I say this, with a heavy heart, but very true enough. So what thing I want to let you do, Imran, if you will, please. Now, for define for we, or provide a perspective as to the office of First Lady. Probably we can look back and look now and see what other people have been do then when they be occupy the office, although it not necessarily get for be waiting at the interpretation today, but we can learn from the for understand today, and at that they can go into the future. What are you thought about the office of the First Lady, Imran, please?
Thank you, my brother. It is good that you brought that, into the discourse. Quite a lot of people, and they forget, say, everything at this world, there rules. Even Jahannama, which is hell, they get protocol there. The name First Lady. First, let we take the word lady. Who is a lady? A lady is a polite way for refer to a woman. And now a woman of nobility, now a woman with authority, now a woman where that society they respect. And the role itself is non-political, non-partisan. You in that position, they represent how generically Sierra Leonean women and for look like, the image would for reflect, would for showcase in the world.
Yeah.
Say every lady is a woman, but not every woman is a lady. Just like every man.
Preacher.
Just like every gentleman is a man, but not every man is a gentleman. When you talk of a lady, England, where colonized we first prime minister was knighted. Now be a knight, Sir Milton Magai. The first prime minister, one of the first leader, a wife, now be the first lady, then. And he was Lady Magai, a white woman. She was of high esteem, well respected.
I wonder how many people knew this, but carry on, sir.
And
good history.
The behavior reflected a position, honorary position, now position of honor. Now you, now the first lady, now you are the first Combran of the country, and now you therefore replicate for all other women in the country how for look like, behave, and talk like a Combran. You are the one where they glue the entire country together. Then go invite you, now then school sports, you go get trophy, then go invite you for open building them, you cut the ribbon, then go invite you for do state functions. Because you're not the number one housewife in the country. That is all who you are. You're married to the president. And being the wife of the president, you they play that role as a wife, and thereby you image of a wife for transcend right through the country for let all women and see how for be a lady is like. Now England, people take classes to be a lady, and they go for formal classes. What you make them they go for them formal classes, and they now for learn what they call etiquette. What in etiquette? How you they behave in a public, how you they talk, how you they eat in a public, how you they sit down na table, how you they perform, you position with dignity for reflect the office. Nobody no votes for you. Nobody no elect you. You are just there. The virtue say you married to the president. That's all. But we don't get other first lady then, like Madam Rebecca Stevens. When I be the second, when I the third one. In fact, before Madam Rebecca Stevens, after Sir Milton Magai, we get Sir Albert Magai. We get Lady Magai, Gladys Magai. When I be on West. He's a woman of high integrity, decent woman. These are all respectable people, and they act honorably in that role. Then you get Mami Rebecca, when I be the longest serving first lady. Nobody know a real profanity. You know, ever acts like a riffraff. You know, ever acts like a loose woman. No, she acted like a lady. As I said earlier, not every woman is a lady, but every lady is a woman. That is a fundamental rule.
Yep.
And she was exactly a lady. And some of them people are able for perform their role and they because of the background where they come out. Like Mami Rebecca is Papa Edward Devino. Now be the first black man when a DC in Sierra Leone. All these things they play a part by the way where people behave and the way where people they act. As they can say by their fruits, we shall know them.
Absolutely.
They say pear not the beer mango, mango not the beer banana.
Yeah.
You can only give what you know and what you have. And unfortunately, we don't get a first lady now, winner of a very low pedigree. Basically, I go talk them without hesitation. Now riffraff.
Oh dear.
There are too many political riffraff in our country. And what is sad about this whole thing, she's not even a political figure. She is a honorary figure. Not just because they vote for him, not just because he married to the president. And even so, people then get expectations in how you perform and how you behave. She is not supposed to take any part by anything political. None at all. And I can let people look at what they call trend, pattern of behavior. Well, the first one, Sir Milton in West, Madam Magai, when are we two man, he behave well. He not take part from politics. It purely reflects the image of a lady so that all other women them go see him as a role model and copy from his attributes and his behavior. The same was in the case of Sir Albert Magai, he was Madam Gladys Magai. It was the same for Madam Rebecca Stevens. It was the same for Madam Anna Momo. She was a police before Imran married, before Imran be president. And the behavior was not that of a police, where he become the first lady. He wear frock and acted exactly like a lady. Then we get Pakaba, where he wear also to be a lawyer. In fact, he's a big passing man. But yet, he reflects that same pattern of behavior where all the one them previously don't perform. So if we get one now, he won't behave anyhow. I feel to say I go also hold the people of Sierra Leone responsible for this because they should have come up. We have the traditional rulers them, one of the paramount chiefs them. We do have tribal authorities. We do have tribal idman. We do have all the citizens them because we come together and say sovereignty belongs to the people. If we are sovereign, we should have come up and said, that does not reflect the image of the expect of a first lady. It should stop. But we have not had any single person when an important dignitary don't come forward and challenge this behavior. Because we see the other day, he called elected member them, saying I dog them. But waiting people in the field for realize when somebody talk, waiting you talk, get a message, but you also get message in that message where you not say, they call it implied. The way you call elected people and dogs, now who that elects them? Therefore, I go put them to it. He call the whole nation dogs. Because the nation votes for people.
Imran.
Yes.
You make quite a good point there, and you therefore forgive me for butting in because the reason why I decide for butting is based on waiting you don't say for the last 2 minutes, if not plus.
Yeah.
So she's not an elected figure.
Not at all.
But she goes on a public platform and she's got a big megaphone in which she refers to people, most likely people like her authority in a sense that they were appointed or then get some jurisdiction over waiting than they do by appointment or other things then. But she, just as the first lady, refers to these people who are supposed to be her compatriots, by the way, as dogs. I mean, whose authority will it derive for do that? And the next question, Imran, is, say this is not the age of cyberbullying, and they don't arrest a few people them on the basis of cyberbullying. Does this amount to cyberbullying?
My brother, what's in the woman say, looking at a position, being the first lady, the woman will be the role model, where a behavior for transcend, come right through the population for let them see how a lady for acts in public, how a lady for talk, and how for behave. If you go team up, you call, you man a people them, we vote for them dogs. Because if you call elected members them dogs, not only dogs, they vote for dogs. Does that mean to say you don't call the whole country dogs?
That's a Malabio, they call you so, eh?
I'm sorry for that, Daddy. So you don't call the whole country dogs. And that is not acceptable. That is ethically unacceptable. It is wrong. You know? But that is a situation where we go say the woman don't go ultra virus. That means to say it don't go far beyond the authority, far beyond the power we get. Even the husband, when an elected president of the country, get red tapes and blue tapes, wait for go by. Then call on the constitution. It cannot go over the constitution. There are rules. As I can say all the time, even Jahannam get rules. Even hell get rules. They get protocols. So, in that, I go make them clear. Not even the husband gets the right for talk down to people there. Because the way he talk to them, not acceptable, it condescending, it is disrespectful, it is tasteless, it is classless, it is totally not to the character that we expect of somebody. We get an honorary position that is position where you not deserve. It is
Yeah.
only conferred to you because you married to the president. But even if that is the case, you get responsibilities. You get for set a standard, make other people and see and say, this is what I want to be. But if you behave like that's not public, then you try to tell the young one and say, this is what is the norm, and this is how you should do things. So the next first lady will be probably worse than this. And I think we should kick against it. Because between you and me, people and vote for them, people and they. We all know for say, right now in Sierra Leone, without hesitation or prejudice, we get too many political riffraff them. But the fact say, in the go, it make national challenge against them and insult them, where even a husband not get the right for do, because then you get cabinet meetings. If you get for talk to them, if you get for reprimand them, it can do a cabinet meeting. You not get for can do in a public. Because if the people and way they talk about get any respect for themselves, it will get mass resignations in government.
Yeah.
You know? But what we get now, it's so sad that we get this liberalism. Where are the ministers? Where for condemn this behavior? When are them directly in the talk about? You see, the whole country don't turn to a theater. I believe very strongly say this now is spin. Anytime when something happen at the country, where it affects the people them lives, where get for do with something of significant proportion in the country, those are the time this woman they come with some tabloid situation or some sensational something.
Yeah.
They say something really nasty but deviate people and attention. It's like now osmosis process. You know,
What's in our osmosis here, Imran, in terms of
liquid they move from a lower concentration to higher concentration. So basically, the liquid they move to where the concentration high for go dilute them. You know?
So how is this applicable to this? So how is it applicable to what we talk about so now?
It is applicable because what she's doing, she's trying to dilute this drug issue where they're on the fold. So we can't talk. So all man going to talk to Fatima. Don't do them again. Fatima done this. Hey, Fatima done that. Fatima done that. Thereby, take the attention away from something where put the entire population, their lives at risk. You know what in drugs, what in drugs can do to a society. And now we don't get a narcotic state. What's in a narcotic state? Now a state where the narcotic barons them don't infiltrate with institutions them. Because when they see the narcotic giant, they make party, they give presents to the immigration boss, and you don't infiltrate the parliament, you don't infiltrate the police. Well, of course, he's the son-in-law of the president. This is a serious breach, serious problem.
Okay.
You know what happened at places like Colombia, places like Panama, where we don't be narco states, Bolivia.
So obviously, Imran, we go come back to the
people and lost lives because of drug addiction, and also people and where they sell drugs, they also get involved by other primary and secondary activities like drug dealing. They can do drug dealing, then they pay arms deals, then they pay smuggling. They can plenty team people and where they do drugs.
So yes, that's absolutely true, and we will come back to that drug thing there because I want where they play with country, and I want for we really talk about them. But just coming back again to something where me and you agree, say it's a distraction theory where you don't deal with from the beginning of this show to up to this point. I mean, just want to continue on that page there. that the First Lady cannot do this all by herself. So therefore, there are collaborators in that effect, knowingly and unknowingly, implicitly and explicitly, if you will like. And one or two names who I want for name, will that be that of Dr. Sylvia Olayinka Blyden, person we get a major platform, okay? That she's probably, and I say probably, part of this distraction theory where they aid and abet this distraction of Sierra Leoneans from the major issue. Another one, Imran, is the Chief Minister, Dr. David Moina Senge. So before we go to Dr. Sylvia Blyden in terms of this distraction theory, I want to talk about the Chief Minister in role. How you see the Chief Minister in role, and they talk about the office of the Chief Minister, as waiting is supposed for they do, waiting that office they mean, and waiting also, secondly, he also involved in terms of this distraction theory.
Hey, brother, to be truthful to you, when it comes to somebody called Sylvia Blyden, she's like an housefly. Any side we bad smell, they did it.
I think we lost Imran briefly. Hang on. Okay.
You know, we country don't turn to a transactional space. All them people they are in transactional. They all they look for money, little money. They don't come there, they don't rob more today just because it benefits one way or the other. The other person in question, when are the chief minister? Who is the chief minister? Now the most senior minister, it's like a prime minister. Now him, they should pretend all subsequent ministers them now country. All the cabinet ministers them, then they under them. Now they supervise them. Now a huge role where you expect somebody with a lot of life experience, a lot of administrative experience, managerial experience, supervisory experience. And I don't think this gentleman have that. I don't feel to say get the gravitas. I don't feel to say get the factor. And I don't feel to say he get what it takes. He gets it.
So Imran, just on that basis of what you just said just now, I think say you go agree say it's fair enough for tell Fambulem as to why you think say the aforementioned not get the gravitas, you not get what it takes, and etc., all the adjectives used as suppose for conducting himself in a public office or even potentially what he may be aspiring for.
Well, I say that because I don't observe a behavior, because recently it came up, they talk about radical inclusion. Rather, waiting at the see from waiting it is say, it completely different. It is a complete contrary. Because if they talk about radical inclusion, and they see radical exclusion, we get a country where nobody not able to protest. The people that would not attempt for protest, they don't kill them. They don't reprimand them. They don't arrest them. They don't lock them up. But when they see the first lady, they lead a protest. They not kill them. They not arrest them. They not say, how you call them, because they get the word you call them. They not say lawlessness, because that is the usual name when they use where people they want protest. Now lawlessness. Then give them the right to protest. They not hold anybody. They not shout against it. I know Eric talk about that. When they talk about radical inclusion. Where we get a treason case, the president, the former president, then call him name day. They arrest them, but they left and they say they go for treatment. They know, then pass verdicts by company, they lock them. Some people them in the process when they arrest them, then kill them, then torture them. We see all of that right under we knows. We saw it all. When they kill people like them, how they torture them, how they die. But the president, the former president, they hold them, they left and they say no well. Now they say one for come back. By Mahmoud was held too for that same crime day. They left him. But people in there for people are convicted for that same crime day. Why how you go talk about radical inclusion? Where democracy no, it's non-existent now in the country. Because quite a lot of Sierra Leoneans feel to say democracy, not just elections or multi-party system. No.
Yeah, but
Democracy
Imran, just a quick one.
Yes.
Because I don't think it's supposed to be rocket science per se, but just for the benefit of the audience.
Yeah.
When the chief minister say radical inclusion, what was he implying? What was he speaking to? What was his expectation? What did he actually mean? This radical inclusion?
Well, the definition of radical inclusion, basically, you try to get people in from the fringes, bring them come to the center, get everybody for be a stakeholder, everybody for be significant, everybody for be important, everybody should be listened to, everybody for take part in the political process. Even those that are minorities, for make them get a say, now make them can do programs like affirmative action, for make them go remain relevant, make them go take part in the debate. Because there was a research what they do, because they not be get radical inclusion of quite a lot of European countries, when they do the testing for seatbelt, when they want to make them illegal for driving a car without a seatbelt. Most of the model they use a male model. So you find out for say when they can come make seatbelt a crime, or they can make them compulsory. People they get accidents, most women and they die because the belt not be suited to them, because the model and what they use now be just male model. It not be suited to the female body frame. So they realize that. Then do radical inclusion. That means then bring other model then when a female model then when a small picking them, when a different shapes of people and fat people, small people, male, female. Then do another test. Then find out for say then come with a seatbelt where compatible to all shapes and size of people. So less people they die now, and it deal with humanity in general. But unfortunately, in Sierra Leone, this man they talk about radical inclusion. First and foremost, we don't have a democracy. That makes it even impossible to have radical inclusion, because to start with, when they say democracy, they don't mean just for have elections or for have multi-party system. Multi-party system and elections, they are in the menu called democracy. But there are things like people's engagement, transparency, accountability, the rule of law, independent and free press, and independent parliament. These are all things where encapsulate the word democracy. Do we have that in Sierra Leone? No. Maybe we have 10 types of it, but we don't have it. And now you talk for say you can bring radical inclusion. I hear then they talk for say, then they deliver, they don't make. Last year they make $21 million worth of oil. You not tell me which kind of oil. See, these are the deceptions then people are they make. Then they see they say 25, they say $21 million of oil. But you not tell me which kind of oil. You not tell me whether it's natai, you not tell me whether it's coconut oil, you not tell me whether it's granite oil, you not tell me whether it's palm or petroleum oil. Which oil? You not tell me. That just shows immaturity. It also shows the incompetence, and likewise, it shows that he's not thorough in a work. Because if he be thorough in a work before he come, he could not make sure say he presents something to we're credible. But I not to blame him. Where are the press? Where for challenge them in the air? Not to me support for challenge them in the air. He also talked for saying they export $17 million worth of pineapple. Who side the family? Who knows that? The only farm where they do pineapple in Kenema. Those people don't even do up to $2 million worth of pineapple a year, pineapple products. So they can blatant lie there just to show the disrespect, the insensitivity of them people here towards the population. It's so sad.
Absolutely.
So really and truly, I am not impressed with him. I'm not impressed with the first lady. But I go tell you for say, possibly now a script. This is scripted. Then they come, the public, they can make like say they hate themselves. just for let them create an atmosphere of how they can call themselves confusion, anarchy, so that they can get away with murder. And that is the pattern they've been using.
So, Imran, I get a perspective on that. We eventually will end up in a question. But just before I come to that, I know say you get a lofty view about the press. You just mentioned them in passing, just no abstract, not to the topic of the day. But I would like for use the opportunity for get your view about what do you think about the press, the fourth estate of the Republic of Sierra Leone. What think are your view, sir?
Oh my goodness. A brother, a question, man, even a blind man can able to answer. You know, this don't create a lot of disservice to the people because the press, one of the main role now for seek the interests of the people, the population. Are they doing so? The answer is no. They're not. They do that. The press, with all honesty, my brother, they're nasty. They're nasty. Now, a nasty bunch of people. They are the most transactional group now in country. They're unpleasant, they're disagreeable, they're disgusting, they're distasteful, they're awful, they're dreadful, they're horrible, they're terrible, they're abominable, they're frightful, they're revolting, they're repulsive. They are sick.
Wow, Imran. I mean,
you know,
and the adjectives go on and on. And the adjectives go on and on. I mean, that's quite impressive.
They are nauseating because they enroll now for protect the interest of the people. Are they doing so? No, they are not. Where are they? Where you they see can the young Kelakin come out? Now you get them fearful statistics. Where can put? Now the press is duty for challenging them statistics. Then they look like now when they talk for say they don't get 3 times more light than the previous government. But the previous government, people they see light. Now when I don't go 3 times better than the government, now light's not there at all. What you they talk about? Statistics, you never reflect to the people there.
And Imran, you know, whilst you go on, you can forgive me, and sometimes I do. I'm asking the questions, and family need for understand there are a few things to this. Sometimes it's supposed to be an interview, but it's not an interview because the person way they talk to, if you view 10 for chime, then it becomes a conversation. That's just it. It happens even on big media.
I think you have to do a whole program on the press and the law society. Because
absolutely. But the point will be one make is just
and the law society, now they help for keep the equilibrium in a country. And if they're not there, you know, we're not able for get and keep with freedoms then. And
yes,
that balance of power. We're not going to able to get
yes, you are absolutely.
Where you go to any court? Waiting in a scale. Now a balance. So if the law processes are not work, the legal system not work, the people where they for talk on behalf of the people for probe the institutions them when are they press then so transactional that you don't hear them anymore. They don't exist.
Yeah, but here's my point, Imran, because you make such a beautiful point that in your mid-flow, again, I've been able to throw a spanner into the works, you know, metaphorically said, if you will reason with me, which is, I mean, the people and they make case for the people, because not all the people can speak at the same time or get the same platform. So you get people that when they make a case for the people, probably few people that get bigger megaphone that when they speak, others hear. The irony of this, Imran, is what I want you to kind of speak to. That even when they make the case for the people, some of the people, not all of them, tend for they make the case on the reverse. Typical example, which you be just to say, electricity or some things them, but in specific now in what you will be say, there are things which you can measure. You can measure them. Okay? When baby born, you they put in a scale. You know waiting at them weight. Now that they determine, now that they go at them record. When this baby been born, this na in at them weight. Not to conjure you, they conjure the numbers up. But the point why they try for make Imran is like electricity today, and electricity today, people are supposed to know. Why is it an argument in terms of other people are still the same, even though the electricity yesterday been better than the electricity today, but you get people when they say, the upside down version that it better today past yesterday. It doesn't make sense to me, but me na possible way open. I can want listen to the critical argument. I wonder whether you can deal with that.
Well, my brother, now the moral decadence we don't take place in our country. Can you just imagine Sylvia Blyden, a journalist? What do you expect? Sylvia Blyden, of all people, be journalist. She's a trained doctor, but choose to be journalist. Why? It is simple. Now, because now one of them people and they where they for push self notoriety, where they for push things that were not good, then try to make them now public like say them good just for their own personal benefits. Everything I project in Sierra Leone. Well, let me tell you this. I call people and then 2-3 days there. I'm not able to enjoy my conversation with them because waiting will be dread during Kaba Item, when they call that era day, Kaba Tiger. Because now be social generated in the future, it don't come back. I call people in Sierra Leone, any way go pop, 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 pop. I'm not able to read people in back get for tell not like at all. Oh, yet we get kind of young killer, they tell we for say they don't produce 3 times more electricity. Where? Break and down for Wheeler, we know where. If they don't make 3 times more electricity, comparatively, people are not seeing it. They're not a feel them. Because if you give statistics, it get for trickle down to the people.
Yeah.
People and therefore feel
absolutely
in the everyday activities. But that is not the case in Sierra Leone. Then just the conjure, as you write, they put them conjure numbers. But this now because the press they sleep, the press not they do their job. Because some of the paper they work in read, work is in statistics, they can wonder whose journalist writes this. Now the person where you write about now, he write and give you for that you publish, or now you the journalist writer. Because I don't see any apprehension, I don't see any questions asked, I don't see inside they ask the question, how did you deduce this? How did you do them? What's in be the survey? Who that lead the survey when we get this kind answer? So the point why they try for make Naya is we all in Sierra Leone, we get for ask ourselves certain questions. Then thing there where they happen. Why did they happen? There is a principle. Nobody they abuse somebody if the people that wouldn't they abuse not give them the permission to abuse them. It don't reach a time where we, the people of Sierra Leone, will therefore kick against them there. Because if somebody can't tell you for say they don't sell $21 million oil, they don't export them. He not even tell you which kind of oil, whether it's banga oil or coconut oil or palm oil. He not even identify which kind of oil. Straight away, if you query that, journalists will query that, citizens will query that. If somebody can't tell you something, what did he say to you? Not to forbid the litmus. What if forbid the litmus? You got to go out of the way and find something where you go compare the figures then to. Sierra Leone, we know they look for alternative. We tell like a dog society. What's in a dog society? Dog society, now society where one person team up, other one they can't hold line behind them. As he moves to the all father, they know they ask questions.
Oh dear.
You know, I feel to say we got to go away from that. And the other thing way bad about Sierra Leone, people get for stand up for what is right. But we don't do that anymore. The press not they stand up for what is right. The press not they stand up for what is ethical. The law society not they stand up for what is ethical. What thing they happen at Sierra Leone? People only they fight for Uda and Lek, the party with the Lek, then they fight for them family, then cousin, then schoolmate, then townsmate. Even though they know for say, waiting and stand for is wrong, then they support them. Just because now the person whether they support na Hinduan. And that only happen at the country for the time from time immemorial. Where APC come, when they do bad, APC supporter them, they cover up for them. No, they not do bad. You know, a mistake. Now this, now that. Then SLPP go to Allah. Kill them, die, kill them, kill them. They don't do bad. They do bad. They don't go against the constitution. Then the very SLPP, when they have kind of power, the same thing with APC they do. They say, hey, but this now we turn.
Yeah.
You know, that means to say, just have they come, do the same thing where APC do. So it's now a vicious circle for do things that were a bad precedent. And we're not going to continue to go on like that. If APC is wrong, APC should be held responsible for their action. If SLPP is wrong, SLPP should be held responsible for their action. And then I be telling somebody the other day, I said we not get APC anymore. Now we get some People's Congress. Not to all People's Congress anymore. Then likewise, SLPP, I can call them Sierra Leone Prodigal Party or Sierra Leone People's Problem. You know, they don't become a problem in the society. And that should not be the modus operandi of a party. That should not be the roadmap for a party or the program where a party supposed for bringing for a people. When I just abuse the people, when I exploit the people, we talk for saying I be with man and can't exploit we. But exactly that the political party they do and the politicians and they do. Look,
so let me
for sex for people. The people where protest Makeni for them generator. Now be a crime. They go and kill them. People that wait protest August 10. Now be a crime. Then go and kill them. But Fatima because in Sierra Leone, anybody where they born Fatima, where you see get small money, civilize them in, then they change the name to Fatima. Society, you know,
so,
it gonna protest it. That's okay. That is not to lawlessness. That is not to crime. You see, we get a two-tier system in the country. Every party will come. The very first thing they do, then they take the constitution and put it on your box, they lock them. Then you get people that they put good and go come, then they talk for change the constitution, they change the constitution. But what do you mean they see? It is beyond that. What do you mean they see? We have a constitution, well, not they use. Let we try for use the one where we get first. Let we see how we work. If we get for amender, we amender. If we want to use the constitution, you go make a new one, you bring a come back, you're not going to make any difference. You go put them back in your box.
So, Imran, many things said there. So, I'll ask you a few questions, and if we just make a short, because we'll get a few more things for cover. Okay. You make many things said. I want to begin from the last part, so you end the Constitution, for example. Let we use what we get. We don't use up to this point.
We not the use them. It just in a
when you say we know the use them, I mean, what exists then? Yeah, or maybe we know the use them as opposed to the way how we supposed to use them.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what do you need for change then, Imran?
We need for change with attitude, with perception, the way we look at things. Because you know, for say, your perception, they affect your behavior and how you do things, how you see things. Your perception gets a lot to do with that. Because the way we look at things at the moment, I don't feel to say it's helpful for a nation to grow. Because one, we get political tribalism. We get linguistic tribalism. We get social tribalism.
And Imran, before you go further, because I absolutely agree with you, but I'm trying to see whether we can find a solution and what that solution will be. Because then these issues not only belong to one side, you can put them at the broad spectrum of a political society, and everybody, every party, in my opinion, and I'm sure you will agree to this, appear to be guilty. And if this is true that you agree, then how do we go forward, Imran?
Now, glad the way you put them this way, because I don't always say this. Sierra Leone, you get two sides. You get the active perpetrators, then you get the passive perpetrators. But when you look at them, they're all are perpetrators. They all take part in the process. I think it is about time we all come together. We get a conversation. And the conversation, where we don't start. So we get a discussion where we all go come together. We agree upon the way forward. In that process, now they will go get for put the ethical values there, where we all go one for the scene for apply. Now we space one law for everybody. Then that's when we go develop an egalitarian society, a society where everybody will be treated equally, regardless of your race, of your religion, of your gender, of your tribal orientation, of your regional orientation, of your societal orientation. We're not going to be treated as one Sierra Leonean. And that's somebody like Lamina Sankobi wants, where he devised this slogan where SLPP they use one country, one people. SLPP they use that one country, one people. What do they mean it? What is the meaning when they get of that? I don't think that is transcending into the population. Now that's what we're supposed to talk about. Let we try to create a society where like a corporate society. That means a community of Sierra Leoneans, rather than we get clans, we get tribal groups, independently from one another. Then we begin to compete against each other. Very, very bad competition. We're not good for growth, not good for development, not good for national cohesion. We have to go away from that. And the conversation in this we have. We have to have a common rule where fit all, one for all. Okay. Everybody agreeable say this is the role. Like for instance, this first lady, what seen at the definition what we want for we first lady, behaviorally and comportment. We don't get
Imran.
This is their behavior. This is how they used to do it. This is not the trend. Why have you changed it? Who permitted you to change it?
Yeah.
These are the things we have to question.
Okay,
and
Imran.
The answer is we can forget something where we all agreeable, because we can only work together if there's agreement.
Yeah, absolutely. Therefore, that leads me to a few questions. And again, one for ask and express some opinion on the generality of what we talk about, because we need for descent, not accent, because we don't begin the program a while ago. And the first lady, very political, very politically active, and to a fault as at this point. But she's not an island on a particular issue, because there are others. So therefore, I want to introduce Dr. David Senge. We'll talk about her earlier on, and then we talk about Sylvia Blyden earlier on. Imran, what I want for you to talk about, as per your understanding, is Dr. Sylvia Blyden and David Moina Senge. They've been engaged in something where happened for look like a battle, between the two of them. And these are two high-profile people. One of them, of course, is a government minister, a very senior government minister. The other one is a vocal voice. We get a huge platform. You get a big megaphone. So when people of this kind, lock horns divisively, then they help for also divide the country. The question here, Imran, is how significant was this battle where they on go for a while now? I don't believe they don't come to an end, even though it don't look like they died down. But that argument, they still on between the two. How sincere was this argument? Was it genuine? Going back to the distraction theory.
I will tell you this. I will make a disclaimer. This is not purely me take on the issue. To start with, the issue is not supposed to be existent, because oil and water not they mix. I use this parables, all of what I know they mix. Simply because I know they take sides here. And to be honest, both people are not my cup of tea. But the reality is, now an elected person choose Senge for act on his behalf.
Yes.
And we constitution allow that. But we constitution not get any mention of the first lady. So the first lady not get no right to get a voice. The position, an honorary position, now then position when a position where you should be seen and not heard. You are not supposed to be political in any way or any form. You're not supposed to be partisan in any way or any form. So there is no reason to make them get a banter of any form or any sort. So I blame the president in all quarters on issues like this. Now you married the wife. Now because you married and make it be first lady. But if you go put to Bomana house, where you not say not to pet for keep. Now you picking them first, you go sweller. And now he himself is the sweller now. Now you want to make sweller minister them. So now him for blame. Now him creates the problem and I ain't got to solve them. But again, you not go get a society when a one person get for decide. No, now we all get for decide. Why parliament fight panty like this? This is a constitutional issue. Why is parliament silent over this? You have to ask that question. Why the cabinet silent? Why is parliament silent? Why the paramount chiefs are silent? Why the people of Sierra Leone not vocal about this? Rather, why is a lot of Sierra Leonean people and just like the banter because they lack rudeness? Because a lot of people, that is how low we don't become. Any side way bad smell there, we did it. We let tabloid, we don't like for going to places the way they land. We let for going to places them way cranky, way rowdy, way rude, where they use profanity. Any side way, then they talk but knowledge. Then they avoid the like play. So the reality here is, if we get a society where moral, we get a society where orderly, we get a society where program, waiting they happen between chief minister and the first lady should not happen at all. But if it happen, now because we not get a functional political system, or now it's theater and they play, they are actors. They try for distract we by entertaining we with their foolishness, their immaturity, and their indecency. So we get amused while then they get away with murder. Because right now, what you for they talk about this drug issue. Now we see they don't sack the man where they in charge of immigration. We're directly involved. And the international community, they investigate them, and quite a lot of them guys there. And people want to know what's going to happen. Before they can explain to we, waiting that man they do not tell him. That's
far away from the capital.
Exactly. And then the president is home. And the president is daughter Dede. Where the man can join them for court case, then clap for him. So the man is the Edemir. That's not in-law. That is son-in-law. So you cannot deny that. What's going to happen? Salon people will get jegena with yai, will get cross yai. Will not see anymore. Because this is so blatant. These are the things we should be talking about. If Sylvia Blyden is saying in a journalist, now the thing in this way for throw lights into, but I'm not interested in the well-being of the nation. Not interested in the development of the nation. They're not.
Yeah, but Imran, just a quick one. With what you just say within the last seconds, there are a few people we go say that of course Sylvia don't help for throw lights on many things, except if you expect more. Let me talk about the airline issue, for example, where the government of Sierra Leone give green light and give a go ahead with an airline, we're not supposed for even grab like pepper board, Lily bit safe, then give them green light. Sylvia, you cannot expose that much to in credit and many other things then. But notwithstanding, yes, she does appear, here to be complicit in a few things then and help with this distraction theory, where Boku thinks that like what they speak to, now in need for the home in on, but it look like say they on the other side where they help for distract. But at least there should be a balance. Say it give credence to a few things. If you want to call them many, fine. But there are other things where you can equally hold and responsible for.
A man with a study situation, I'm not just take a matter talk. Like a case study, why don't study? Now, woman way, mean a one man way, I be so the follower. And I believe say now a good political specimen, political material for the future of Sierra Leone. Until where I can begin to realize say she would only do things if she stands to benefit from it. The thing but the good of all. All the things that we don't bring come out, they are all true. Majority of them are true. But it only bring them come where effects with them people than they. If she hadn't fought with those people, not be get bad blood between them and them people and they not go say nothing. I would rather respect if it is said things then based on the interest of the people and not in your own personal interest. If they work with Anes Koroma until they fall out with Anes Koroma, now he can blow whistle for Anes Koroma. So she is equally as bad as Anes Koroma. If they with like right now, if they with Fatima Bio until they fall out, and Fatima Bio then get some nasty clashes in the public until they also become party again. Fatima not bad anymore. Instead, now they defend Fatima now. I let Fatima kill person. If they can't support Fatima crime. And that's what I don't like about not a person with principle. She says things, but you can only say them if you not like the person, he fall out with the person, or he stand for benefits directly from what they say against that person. And for me, that is what I have problem with her for. Because things the way he say about Soya, some of them don't come out for be true. Things the way he say for Anes Koroma, some of them don't come out for be true. But the question is, if she was benefiting directly from Anes Koroma, and Anes Koroma not be fall out, the question is, would she have come out to say she is? No, Anes Koroma was wrong. Enough of we don't do that. Right now, we see the behavior where Fatima they make. If Sylvia and a person will get any moral fabric of which his mama gets, his papa gets, I don't follow them two entities then there as well. And his grandpa for one person, I don't see Sierra Leone and way Pan-African rich his grandpa. His grandpa is so pro-black people and rights. He's so pro-egalitarian society that if Blyden be there like today, now ain't gonna be the first person for come out and condemn the behavior of Fatima Biu. If she is of that family orientation or persuasion, make it can't do what he grandpa can do. Make it can't condemn things based on ethical values or ethical foundations or principles. Like can do them. You not go just there, they blow whistle for people because you make fun of them. So it don't look now to me like somebody were not stable. So even if they talk to yourself now, people in the doubt them say, what's going on here? Is she for real or is she saying this because of?
Okay, Imran. You make quite some very good points there, because the idea is, especially when it comes to public figures, accept and take we for be dumb, and we may not be dumb because we can read them, we listen to them, we watch them. So therefore, we understand patterns and behaviors, responses, such as that of Dr. Sylvia Blyden. Waiting in pattern and responses over the many years that she's been this public persona, as opposed to now. So we can make a reasonable judgment. So I'm not far away from the argument we just make just now. Because then, yes, of course, we can determine, say, hey, Dr. Sylvia Blyden, they talked about this before, and she was very passionate about this, and this was the stance that she took, as opposed to now, where it seems almost like a collaborative figure, especially with the First Lady, Dr. Sylvia Blyden. I know you're fond of watching this program. You probably are watching tonight, but what you will say is not out of malice, not just out of, the stance. That's what we speak. Well, of course, that's understood, Imran.
I used
but
to have
Imran,
for her.
Yeah, and Imran, every good thing needs to come to an end. So we get a couple of more minutes left. We get about 6 more minutes, 7 more minutes left. So we need for wind down. Let's talk about solutions now, because sometimes we don't need for explicitly talk about solution for say we not talk about solution, because even the issue they will address inside there are solutions. What is supposed to be the solution to all of this we just talk about, i.e., the First Lady is not an elected office. Yeah, and it's supposed to be the Kombra for the nation, the mama, the healing. But she appears to be more toxic, more divisive. And you get people that way they back up in that respect there. We come to the distraction theory, where we talk about, here tonight. See, there are more pressing issues, there are issues. But whenever they come up, you got people that way are in denial or help for just distract Sierra Leonean people. So, Imran, how or what is supposed to be the approach to this particular issue?
Well, first and foremost, we have to have national definitions for roles. Like, very much, say, in England, where you deny us, so any job where you go apply for, you get job description. We can forget job description. People know what is expected of you and what in a role, what you're supposed to do, where certain position is given to you. Not any differently. Everywhere in the world, when they say a first lady, a lady, they behave like any other kind of woman. They behave within the perimeters of certain etiquette. And their etiquette then they include good values. And that's make most first lady them only involve charity. Charity only. And charity is neutral. Not partisan, non-political. And it is not for self-benefit. The way they behave, and they see a trait of Rose Mugabe, where it's a very dysfunctional person. Very highly controversial person. The only woman who we don't ever get in a salon where we get this kind of behavior. Now be late this man here, waiting in him. Now be a minister. He weft. And from Kamala, Council Conte. He weft. If the worker he wear jeans, he get pistol in my pocket. That woman did. And that same kind of behavior they Fatima did, but that woman be political in man and politics them they do. But the role of a first lady should be totally non-partisan and a charity. And charity, it is non-benefit. They do them for benefit. They do them for help for uphold certain values by the society. So one way where we go able for change this, we the Sierra Leonean we get for come and make definitions of certain things that they use loosely, certain things that we feel to say we for be liberal about. So we get for decide whether we want to get a liberal society or a conservative society. These are all debates we for do. We get for know them thing there, then we go decide holistically or in totality. Say we as a Sierra Leonean, this is what is expected of anybody who is Sierra Leonean. Then we go able to build one nation Sierra Leone, where equal for everybody. But if we say, then go make a law na freedom, devil not for commotion na freedom, but devil for commotion na made like Fali de commode, na Fali de commode, Joe Biden de commode, Goboy de commode, Yamama de commode, Chondo de commode, Gongoli de commode, Gema de commode. Then they dance and they enjoy. But the same nation, freedom will not they pull with Rainbow, will not they pull with Padu, will not they pull Lina, will not they pull Bloody Mary, will not they pull Lord Amasi, will not they pull back to civilian rule, will not they pull Banana Island, we know they pull education, we know they pull
We know
mountain,
they pull Gladiator.
we know they pull Firestone, we know they pull Endeavor, we know they pull Jolly, we know they pull Egugu, we know they pull Launching, we know they pull Jolly. Come on, where is the fairness?
I cheer you.
Where is the fairness?
I cheer you of you. Like I say, Imran, I really cheer you because you job me memory going for George as a small boy. Now you mama in food. You want to see you, but now you mama in food. Now you go for high.
For hide up. Yeah, so we all do that.
Well, you know, Imran, we must conclude the show. A brilliant show as usual. Whenever we get you. Let's talk for do waiting at the responsibility of Sierra Leoneans them and potentially we lead at them. But
well,
there's every parliamentary, you know, will you please speak to them?
What will they come next time? I go one for let you bring section 13. Let you go put them for at the screen. Put in a section 13.
Section 13 of the Constitution?
Of the Constitution, yes.
Okay.
That is the responsibility of a civilian. We serve the reneging, we own responsibilities, not to parliamentarian and normal to pose for question or for stand up on things that we got for do with the Constitution. It's our own responsibility. We have responsibilities. Now we got to make sure that the ideals of the Constitution transcend down to every Sierra Leonean by we standing up for what is on that document. Now we hire them people there, now we fire them. Now we got to make sure that the Constitution work for we all.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Imran. Go ahead, please.
You know, now we got to make sure that we waiting the ideals of the Constitution for let it work for we all. If you look section 13, it is there. But are we doing that? We are not doing so. We should not there with the talk for say, Samura say you fetch your vote. Not to Samura a job for fetch for any individually vote. You will vote, it is your responsibility to make sure your vote is counted. It is your responsibility. Not to anybody for fetch or you vote. Now you will vote for protect your vote. Now you for make sure that you vote and you vote counted. And now one of the responsibility that of a good citizen for make sure that you participate by elections, participate by the debate and the conversation where they take place and you country, but you country. Not over just you don't need to wait. Samura say they can't get for we vote. And the parliamentarian they know they do nothing. If they're not do nothing, now you put them there. Now you give that you vested interest. Take back your interest. Take it back from them. Not just
so
you don't
Imran, I want to ask you one final issue before we close the program. Obviously, this is not something where they exist because there's a disconnect between the electors and the electors. There's a disconnect, especially so from the last elections back in 2023. I understand part of your view on that, and I absolutely agree. I think that the approach, that's where the difference is. But that is also looming like a cloud over us, like a dark cloud over us, a nuclear cloud, if you will like, because it's so toxic. But we've been moving on since that day. I wonder, as a political media social analyst, what do you think about the future of your country going further if you ever put this to with Salon Fambulem? What do you think going to happen eventually? Because we're moving on, we're not moving back, but there are pending issues, and I sure say you understand what they try for get to. So, how you think we are going to go forward, Mr. Ture?
You're not going to run a country with two parallel lines. parallel lines, they're not meet. They never ever meet. We dey run a country with one line, one value system, one principle, one ideology, one belief, and we hold on to them belief then they together as a family. Because we are a family. But now we get two parallel lines. One line at 2023, one line at 2028. But the message is you cannot go to 2028 if you not deal with 2023. For you to be an adult, you are once a child. Let's deal with the issue of being a child first. Let's deal with that. If we pretend, say, waiting happen, no happen, the movie, disaster is looming. We are not going to achieve what people then feel to say, we're just moving on, it will be okay. No, it is not going to be okay. This is an issue of principle. This is an ethical values we they talk about. We get an election, a basic fundamental. Where's the result? Is that difficult to ask? The man when he lead the tripartite to support the government side, when he argue say enough for pool result, it is not the responsibility of the ECSL for pool result. If the ECSL not to the responsibility for giving a published gazetted result, then who else is? Then that very man, they after where he don't do that. He has been rewarded publicly for doing something bad. Cannot can set me to president. And this is what is happening. The pattern not a change. Now people when they do bad in Sierra Leone, then they get reward. You when they do good, now you know they get reward. Now you didn't mamina they cost all day. I don't see people and they cost Gaima and Mama, but then they cost me Mama, then they cost you Mama, then they cost anybody where they ask smart questions. In Mama, the man, now a citizen like we all, Gaima and myself, we are all under Section 13 of the Constitution. Why he reneged from that responsibility and support a government? And he's an intellectual. Intellectuals then get a duty. And then the people that we support for all government accountable. But we intellectuals, then what we get, and then they work for government, for corrupt the very environment, where we for keep sterile for everybody. What does that say about we educated class? I feel to say the educated class have to ask themselves a question, the intellectual class. Are you there?
Yes, Imran, I am. I'm listening to you. The world is listening to you.
Yeah.
It's just that the focus is on you now. Yeah.
Are you part of the process for build we country, or are you part of the process where they dismantle them? And that's what the intellectual class are doing. We not get political managers, we get political damagers. Gaima is a political damager, and he has been rewarding. He has been rewarded for damaging the electoral system, for abusing the constitution. They don't make a secretary to president. We all should not make the look. When the whole Sierra Leone for talk was saying, no way, he's not supposed to have benefited anything from what he did. Well, this is what happens in Sierra Leone. You know?
Yeah.
This is what happens.
Imran, well said. But it not go do the platform justice and the people of Sierra Leone justice, even though it seems like the last word because you just spoke. But if you can just summarize the entire situation of the country, we already understand the problem. Most times we speak about the problem, and I ask you, Gigi, not for talk about solution, but I want equally ask you for the last word. In other words, this is a time when you speak to the nation, when you speak to the people, as to what really in your mind. Sometimes it's a passionate plea, it's a poignant speech, or an expression, and this is the opportunity. So I really want to say to you, the last word, Imran, what do you have to tell, say, ask the Sierra Leonean public?
Well, my fellow Sierra Leoneans, we all don't depend this draw. We all don't depend this mix up together. Everything where they happen at the country, it affects we all, either directly or indirectly. It don't reach a point now where we get to put stop to this drama. Sierra Leone is not a theater. Sierra Leone now a real space with real people and with real problems. Let we forget about this entitlement culture and let we become responsible for our own destiny. Because we destiny then our hands. You know then our Westman hand, you know then our European community hand, you know then our ECOWAS hand, you know then the hands of APC, you know then the hands of SLPP. Now we Sierra Leoneans, now we hand it a day. Difficult as it is, it don't reach a point where we get for believe this resolute fact. Say now only one person will change Sierra Leone. Not to no other group, not to no other place, not to no other, how they can call them, development partners. Now we the Sierra Leoneans, we let we take responsibility. We let we left for the stone each other, they whap each other. We let we come together. They say a united family, they eat from the same dish. We let we come to the same bowl pan. Now we put all we relishes them inside that bowl pan there. And let we have this conversation. What is the conversation? That the conversation of do we continue in this vicious circle or do we break the vicious circle and start a new leaf? And how we go do that? We go only do that if we are truthful to ourselves and we are real to ourselves. Sierra Leone, Mende, Timni, Limba, we all come from the same ancestry. We all come to Sierra Leone for the same reason. What team bring we can Sierra Leone? Sierra Leone, we all can seek refuge. After the fall of the Mali Empire, people have run away for camp, run away from slave trade, run away from people and where they catch them. They run come to Sierra Leone. So Sierra Leone is sanctuary. We come back to sanctuary, that we build this sanctuary for be a real sanctuary. Then bring back the captive slaves in Sierra Leone because Sierra Leone is sanctuary. That is the history we have. So now we no more we're able to change Sierra Leone. And how we can do that? Now we get water, now we get flour. How we mix them no more, it's up to us. If we mix them for make bread, it could be bread. If we mix them for be akara, it could be akara. If we mix them for be donut, it could be donut. If we put too much water, it could be a pancake. And no other person will make that decision. Now we get water, now we get flour. Now we make that decision. Now we make that clarion call to every Sierra Leonean, regardless of which orientation you belong to. The most important orientation is Sierra Leone. Now we build one Sierra Leone with one people, with one mindset. That's the only way we were able to progress. Thank you.
Yes, and Fambulem, I mean, una don't hear for ourselves. So it's not like now we just go about and say that was a near perfect delivery. It was a passionate plea. And this is where I hold a belief that we can get differences in the approach. We opinions can almost, if not the same, now the approach as to what we all they aspire for. But this was a brilliant delivery. Doesn't come as a surprise because he's done it many a times. Fambulem, if I can just add my own voice to it, okay, quickly. We've only got one country and we've only got one people. And when we say one people, then are the people that will unify under the umbrella of Sierra Leone, whether the green, white, and blue, or the sovereign country referred to as Sierra Leone. Very important. We know that there are divisive figures within. We know that with politics can be divisive and kind of tribal, but that is not helpful. Let's be honest. The thief can be your own thief, so you try to protect the thief, but it's got a ramification down the line. And that is destructive for the country. We have to think about the greater good of the country. And for this, I want to say thank you very much to we guests tonight. And it doesn't end here. We will come up again pretty soon, maybe in the next couple of days. So keep watching the space where we go get for play a video of the First Lady referring to in your own people as dogs. Remember the guest mentioned something about a lady, a sort of Mugabe moment. But you see, you get to be mature for understand what was he referring to, the timeline. Have you watched the history? Have you watched the videos of Lady Mugabe? And then maybe you can begin to draw parallel lines. It talked a lot, but again, like I say, this was a show, not my show, just they try for highlight and don't make the conclusion done already. And we really, really do appreciate that. If we appreciate the show, let us subscribe. Let us follow. Let us like. Let us not waste time in, we get to think about waiting with the say, especially in the chat room. Not wait for last minute of time, because on Sunday, as soon as I can see, with a highlight waiting people in the chat room. And that can help for influence the direction in which the platform will go in terms of in questions and in guests. So please continue to do that. We really do appreciate you. But for now, every good thing must come to an end. Appreciate we guest Mr. Imran Ture, commonly known as Imran T. Family and love continue for shape, and let we continue for appreciate. In behalf of the TNN, until we catch up again soon. And remember, say Boku program then they come. Dr. Sufyan Kalokod and the people who want rule the country, then they come. Dr. ML Bangura, another man who want rule the country. We are in talks with them. We've sent an email, they've responded. We just wait for arrange the fine date, time, and place. We also get on the other side of the argument, Ibrahim Tawa Conte. He should have come on the program a long time ago, and different things happen where I can't say, but we expect them people there for come as well. On behalf of the TNN TV Media Empire, I've been Prince Emil Kroma. Follow us, share our videos, contribute to the conversation, partake in the conversation. It's a civic obligation. Until then, bye-bye for now.